Hello everyone, Skydivertanner here, coming at you with another video. Now this video is going to contain another video. Now some of you have already seen this video, however, at the very end of it, there's going to be some outtakes and bloopers, so make sure to stick around to the very end so that way you can see those. For those of you who have not seen the video that I'm going to be playing, it was a segment on As the Plot Thickens over on Johnny O's channel, The Plot Hole. I'm going to put a link right there for everyone, along with down in the description below. I threw a lot of humor into this video, and it is a very serious topic. And the reason why I threw humor into the video is, for me, it made me feel more comfortable to discuss it. And the other thing is, there was just some stuff that was humorous anyways that I needed to throw in there. Now, it's on body image issue, and body image issues can come about many different ways. It could stem from things that have happened in our childhood. It could be your own personal stuff that you deal with inside that nothing had to trigger it. It could be things of how people picked on you about it. A lot of times these are things that we can't control, like our height or our weight or physical attributes of ourselves. Sometimes things even like the way we walk or the way we talk could bring about body image issues because people point those out or tease us for them, and so then we look internally and point out other flaws that we might have. Now, I have a lot of close friends, and I'll be first to admit that there's times that I've picked on my friends about certain things about them, and they've done the same to me. And most of the time, we all find it in good humor. However, there's times where a line is drawn, and we need to learn how to speak up and say something about that. If they're a good friend of yours, or if they're a good friend of mine, and they say, hey, look, you talking about this really makes me uncomfortable, or I don't like it because I already have an issue with that, it should stop immediately, and you should never point it out again. They're not your friend if they continue to tease about it. The other thing too, if there's someone that you dislike or you don't know at all, pointing something out on them that's a physical attribute that most likely they can't control doesn't do any good. To me, that's the no-fly zone. If you dislike them because of their attitude, or because they're a flat earther, or because of certain views even, go after that stuff. Don't go after something that's a physical attribute that they can't control. Because to me, that's just shallow and, like I said, a no-fly zone. Angel Gamer, The Raven, myself, and Johnny O all had a really good conversation on body image issues, how they affect people, how they can come about, and what things we can maybe do moving forward. And it's about a 2-hour long conversation. I'm going to put a link to the video right there. Like I said, everything's going to be down in the description as well. Make sure to go check that out. It was very nice to see a lot of people in the side chat opening up and expressing certain things that maybe they don't like about themselves, so we can all start to realize this isn't just a single person issue, which we all know, but a lot more people suffer than we realize. So with that said, I'm going to kind of stop here and we'll start to play the video, and I'll talk to you guys at the very end. Thanks, Johnny. Reporter Skydivertanner here for As the Plot Thickens. Today we have a serious report that I'd like to go over. You know, it's not one that we like to talk about very much, but it's about guys, you know, and how we have body image issues. Now, we all know that it's very prevalent in women, which is kind of a sad case, and I hope that we can make sure that women feel very comfortable in their own bodies. But men, we have a tendency to cut ourselves down a lot. When men talk with other men, usually it's about rocket size, or so we think. But I would like to dig into this a little bit more, because it is an issue. Let me read out some things for you guys before we move forward. So this first one is on body dysmorphic disorder. And this paragraph says, put another way, men with body dysmorphic disorder often develop something called vigorexia. These men are fully focused on how many muscles they have and how many muscles they see on the bodies around them. They may think of themselves as tiny, weak, or puny. Even when they are able to pick up hundreds of pounds of weight, to them, their bodies will always be just a little too small. This one says, in a poll of adolescents cited by the National Eating Disorders Association, Researchers found that 33% of males used unhealthy behaviors to control weight. These boys may have used exercise, diet changes, or both in order to drop pounds and make their bodies slimmer. Those behaviors could become yet more intense with time. You know, reading those statistics, it's kind of hard to hear. You don't realize how much it affects, males. But I decided I want to dig a little bit deeper in this. What do men talk about with other men when talking about men? So I decided to go to their natural habitat, eavesdrop in a little bit, and see what they have to say. Let's have a watch.
Times I've been hit on by guys.
If I was gay, I'd make skydivertanner straight. That's how. If I was gay, he would go straight. Just because I'd take everybody that would be interested in him would now be interested in me.
If I were gay, I don't think I would be as lucky as pulling somebody like Skydivertanner, who is an absurdly handsome individual.
Debatable.
Even more handsome than Bella Charge, and I think that Bella Charge is quite a handsome man.
No, that's true. No, the even more handsome than him is true.
Well, that's a little embarrassing. But I did notice one thing that was the common topic in there. They seem to be cutting themselves down quite a bit. And I think we need to address this. We need to make sure that we're not cutting ourselves down all the time. You know, the two fine young gentlemen that were in that video, I'd like to address you guys, along with the third person that they brought in, who wasn't even a part of that conversation. First, I'd like to address you, team. You know, you may cut yourself down, and people may tease you a little bit, but you're a pretty good-looking guy, and you're going to find that lady who's going to want to be there by your side. She's going to want to learn from you on how to play Call of Duty and die just as good as you do. The other thing, too, is it kind of hurt my heart a little bit to hear you say that you thought I wouldn't go for a guy like you, or that I'd turn straight if you happen to be gay. Now, this might be a little bit of a touchy subject for you or make you feel kind of uncomfortable. So let me get into something to make you feel more comfortable as I discuss this. No, team, I thought it'd make you feel a little bit more comfortable and talk to you in your native language. I need you to know, when you said that if you were gay, you'd probably turn me straight, well, that done hurt my feelings. I need you to know, buddy, if you ever want to start catching on this team, I'd be right there behind you. Whether it's fast, slow, slider, or knuckle, all you got to do is whistle. And I'll be there for you, buddy. Big Rocket. I almost forgot. There's one last thing, team. Ignore what people say about the gap in your teeth. 'Cause boy, you sure got a pretty mouth. Lastly, I'd like to address PhD Tony and Bella Charge. Now, I don't speak Australian, so let me try to get in a way that'll make you guys feel more comfortable. There we go. Hopefully this makes you guys feel a little bit more comfortable. PhD Tony, I'd like to address you. I know you're single right now, but you're going to your way into some lady's heart real soon. You know, there was something you said about, like, if you were gay, that I probably wouldn't go for a guy like you. You're pretty gosh darn sexy, if I were to say so. Who wouldn't love a silver fox, Aussie accented PhD daddy? I think a lot of women would go for you if you were to come here to the U.S. Lastly, Bella Charge, you weren't even involved in the conversation. They brought you into it. That's not very nice of them. I've seen you. You're nowhere near as bad as what they say. Also, who wouldn't love a blue-collar working guy who's good with his hands? You know, you give team lots of head. I mean, you give team a big head. With the way you guys game and stuff, he should be more appreciative of you. Keep it up, buddy. So let's bring this to a head. You know, it's not just women that suffer from body image issues. Men do it too. And I think I like to say that I pointed out some examples today of how men will cut themselves down. So here's what I have to say. Men, how about we come together? You know, give one another a hand to help each other rise up, reach that peak, shoot those insecurities out of you. You know, we live with our body our entire life. Might as well learn how to love it. Be comfortable in your skin. It's probably not as bad as you think it is. I want to thank you guys for listening to this special report today, and I'm going to send it back to the sexiest Squatch I know. Johnny O, thank you. So I did some field research and eavesdropped in on men in their great creatures. Yeah, that's bad too. God damn it. Now back to the six. First, I'd like to address you, Team Skeptic. You know, a lot of people make fun of you, but you need to know that you're one sexy guy. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? That wasn't recording that whole time. That one was perfect. That last one was so perfect. I finished off with Big Rocket. There we go. G'day, mates. So, PhD Tony, I want to address you first. You said something like, you're a really good-looking guy. God damn it. There we go. Hopefully this makes you guys feel a little bit more comfortable. Anyways, g'day, mates. PhD Tony, you know. Alright. G'day, mates.
I'm okay.
So I hope everyone enjoyed that. You know, it's a very serious topic. Found light in it. And I'll say this, you know, as a reporter, you do what you need to for the story. And you saw me take a tumble at one of those points trying to make Bella Charge and PhD Tony feel a bit more comfortable. I definitely pulled some sort of muscle in my shoulder and back and neck because it's been bothering me immensely for the past few days. But a reporter does what they need to do to get the story out there. I'd like to thank everyone for all the kind words that you've given me since that video went out. A lot of people came to me and said thank you for bringing it to light. A lot of people have told me their stories, and I thank them for coming to me with it. Hopefully we can continue this conversation, and hopefully we can all realize that there's many things about ourselves that are absolutely amazing and that we should love with ourselves. We're still going to have those days where we cut ourselves down and we have low days, but just keep trying to push through it and just keep trying to do that positivity within yourself. I'd like to thank everyone for coming. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and hit that bell notification. Hit that like button, everyone. If you hit dislike on this video, that's a little weird because it's on body image issues. But I guess it's all interaction either way. I'd like to thank my Patreon, Microraptor. If you would like to become a Patreon, link is in the description below. I do have a particular video on there currently that is strictly for patrons, and I do have plans in the future to have videos on there that are strictly for them as well. So if you want to become a Patreon and help support this channel, link is in the description below. Love and light to everyone. Be safe, be kind, and we'll talk to you all later.